Hey guys, okay, so it is Full Face Friday and we are going to do a full face of Bare Minerals products. Okay, so most of the stuff in my collection that is Bare Minerals is stuff that I've had for years, and Bare Minerals products don't expire, except for, I would say, any of the cream products, which is this one, which is new. This is a concealer, and the mascaras and stuff. So any cream products probably are going to go bad, but anything that's actually like the powder minerals are not going to go bad. They don't have an expiration date. The concealer I'm going to be using today is the Correcting Concealer in the shade Light 2. It was $20, I think, which is kind of a lot for a concealer. And the mascara that I just got that I'm so excited about is the Lashtopia, which is also $20. Like, it's probably safe to say that for me, I would never pay $20 for a mascara. That's just me. That's personally, I would never spend that. Even if it's good, I would never spend that, because there's perfectly good drugstore mascaras that are much less than that, that will do without a doubt. I have no doubt. I have not tried this mascara yet, but I have no doubt that there are less expensive mascaras that will do an equally as good of job. Now, if that's the one thing that you guys like to splurge on or whatever, then I'll give you an honest review and first impression of that mascara. Just throwing it out there, I would never spend $20 on a mascara. So if you hear me say things like that, it's just personal preference. There's some things I'm willing to spend more money on. Mascara is not one of them. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you're new here, just know that I'm going to be doing a full face of this brand of makeup. I'm starting off with the concealer. And if I don't really pick everything apart and talk about it, it's because I probably will do a follow-up video where I will have like my full thoughts on everything. And a lot of times the first video is just to demo the product so you can kind of see for yourself how they work. It's not going to be, you know, a full day's wear. It's mainly like first impression. Some of these I will have an opinion on already because I've used them for years or whatever. But stay tuned. If I feel like I haven't talked about the products enough in the first video, there will be a follow-up video. Or if there's not, there will be answers to your questions about the products in the description box or the comments. So just know that, okay? So I'm gonna say that this concealer, even though it's $20, I feel like is good as a first impression. I feel like the shade is really good. It's covering up and color correcting, as it says it's a color correcting concealer. I don't feel like it has a lot of coverage. It looks like very natural coverage at this point, but it looks like it's going to be lovely for like a no makeup day, maybe, if I'm doing something like that. Or it can be like a primer type situation where I also put like a higher coverage concealer on top. As you can see, I am building it, and it does seem to be building well. And anyone that's interested, because the foundation I'm going to use is a powder consistency, I am putting my concealer on first. But even so, I probably will just go over it very lightly with the powder foundation. And then I'll probably try and avoid it as much as I can, because this concealer feels pretty moisturizing and emollient, and I don't want it to smear around when I'm trying to buff on the foundation and everything. Ordinarily, if I was using just a liquid or cream foundation, I would do concealer after. So I gotta say, as a natural coverage, natural looking, natural type concealer, I think this is good. I would absolutely wear this on a no makeup day for sure. It's precisely the exact color that I need to counteract and color correct for a no makeup look. Now, if you don't have the problems that I have, as far as like the hyperpigmentation and all that, you might just need like one dab of a concealer like this, and this is in the shade Light 2, and be fine with that. So just bear in mind how my skin is. I've got a lot of hyperpigmentation, especially around my eyes and stuff, so just keep that in mind. So for me, that's looking really good. I don't know that I would spend $20 on a concealer like this. I have it and I bought it specifically for this video, but I don't know that I'd spend $20 on that concealer. I'm gonna try not to talk hardly anymore as much as I can because these videos inevitably run very long, so I'm gonna apologize in advance for that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Bare Minerals loose, it's not really called a powder, they call it a mineral foundation. Anyway, it's a loose powder consistency, and this is the original version. I did get this on sale at TJ Maxx for $5, which is an insanely good deal, considering they are at least anywhere from 20 to 25, and sometimes seen them at even selling for $30 for the foundation. Okay, so what you do if you don't know about Bare Minerals, you place some of the product in the cap, which I already did. You swirl it into your brush of choice. I'm gonna use this one because I feel like it gives the best amount of coverage, and you tap off the excess, which I'm gonna do right now. Now, someone had mentioned, because I do actually have a review on this foundation, someone had mentioned a YouTuber to check out. Her name is Shelby Wilson, and they said check her channel out because she really knows how to use the powder, the mineral foundation from Bare Minerals specifically, and check her out and kind of follow her steps, which I feel like I'm doing. She said it's mostly about buff, and the more you buff, the more coverage you get. So I'm really gonna try to do that today. I have tried it a couple times before I filmed this video, and quite honestly, I just still am not getting the amount of coverage that I would like. I always end up getting a natural-ish amount of coverage. Which for me, spending, you know, $5 on this foundation is fine, but if I'm gonna spend up to $30 on a foundation, I want it to give me more coverage because that's what I want. If you don't mind the light coverage, you know, that's up to you. But just as a personal first impression, and not even first impression, but a personal experience, this foundation will not give me anything more than light coverage, maybe high light coverage. I can't even get up to medium coverage on this. And I'm buffing, and you can see I've got a spot here, and I'm buffing that thing. And I'm just not getting any more coverage on it. If you have hardly anything to cover on your skin, then it may appear to be fuller coverage, but I have a lot that I want to cover on my skin. And I am okay with a light coverage if that's what I'm looking for. And but if this is going to claim to give you fuller coverage than it actually does, I don't think that's true. Personally, that's just me. I'm not bashing anybody, that's just my experience with it. Okay, so now I've got the pressed, hold on, this is the Bare Minerals Ready Touch-Up Veil in Translucent. This is like the mineral veil, but in a pressed sort of form version. And I use this all the time as just a setting powder for any makeup that I do. But anytime I wear a Bare Minerals or a mineral foundation, I'll almost always, without fail, use the mineral veil, not setting powder, what am I trying to say? The mineral veil finishing powder is what it is. So, okay. And I did want to say that before I go any further, I primed my skin with the Hydrating Face Primer from Ulta. So all the steps that I was recommended to take, I did, and I'm still getting natural looking coverage. It's not terrible at all. It's just not, the coverage just isn't getting higher is all I'm trying to say. If you want a natural foundation, this is the best one, I think. If you want the most natural looking foundation that you could possibly find and you don't care too much about coverage, I think Bare Minerals is the way to go, or any mineral foundation. I'm gonna give it a close look real quick. Very natural looking, but again, I mean, the coverage just is not a lot. I can still see all my hyperpigmentation here, spots are still coming through, The best part about it though is there's no crusting up here. I've got like a broken capillary right there. I've got redness. I've got, you know, acne. I've got stuff going on all over my face and it just is not covered, and that's all I can say. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on from that, shall we? And we'll go ahead and start an eyeshadow theme down. All right, so I've got a few here. I've got this one. This is the shade Summer. They're all loose powder consistency. This is Pure Spice. I like that one for fall. It's just a really pretty color. And Flawless Diamond. So I think what I'm gonna do is take a look. I think this one is gonna be a bit too warm and dark for like a crease shade. So I think what I'm gonna do is take this one called Summer, and I'm really just going to, well, I guess I'll put it in my crease. It is a shimmery, sandy color, the color of like dark sand, I would say. Medium toned sand. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in my crease. Okay, yeah, that's looking just very, now it is shimmery, so most people, or not most people, but some people don't like to put shimmery shades in their crease. It does not bother me at all. I do it often. I've seen makeup artists do it. It's not a hard and fast rule that you cannot put a shimmery, satiny, or any type of reflective color in your crease. Okay, so I think that worked well for a crease shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Flawless Diamond and just put that on my lid, inner corner, brow bone maybe. Grab a different brush for this, if I can find one. And I'm just gonna pick it up. Let me see if I can give you. This is a lighter sandy kind of shade, and it's reflective as well, kind of sparkly, not metallic, but there are some sparkles in it, kind of like glitter, but not as glittery seeming. I think I need a little bit more. I'm filming this in my room, and if you hear little children making a big old fuss, it's probably my son. He is on the autism spectrum, and sometimes if I'm not there to police the whole situation, he can tend to want to throw a fit. Okay, so I have something else. Let's see how we're doing on time. It's already been almost 13 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the liner. I was gonna do a liner today. I've got this is really old, but it's still obviously it's still good. I have a liner compact that they came out with years ago. It's got a couple of different shades and a liner brush. I was gonna use that today, but I don't really think I have that much time, or have enough time to do it well. So we're gonna go ahead and go to this because I'm really excited about it. Anyway, this is the Lashtopia mascara. Let's take a look at it. Okay, the brush looks decent. I feel like that spiral around brush though is going to get my lashes caught in between those larger spaces of the spiral, and it's going to clump them together. So we'll just see. It's going to stick them all together and make them look not like I want them to look, but we'll give it a try and we'll just see how it goes. It's kind of, the mascara itself is kind of sticky. Oh, let's make my eyes water. Not from the mascara, just from keeping my eye open for too long for a second there. Okay, and as a first impression, I'm gonna say that this is not really worth the 20 bucks in my opinion. It's not terrible, but it's kind of making my eyelashes look a little spiky rather than bushy and fluffy, which is what I like. It's not horrible though. And I think for the other eye, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the brush and see if that might help a little bit. For it being like a Lashtopia, I'm just not seeing as much lash as I would like. I think, I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in the description if I can't think of it. But I think it was Ultimate Definition or Ultimate something is my favorite one from Bare Minerals. If you guys have been with me any of you that have been with me from the very beginning, my mom is a collector of all the Bare Minerals products that she can find. And so she would send me mascaras all the time for free, you know, as a gift. And I can't remember what it's called, something Ultimate Definition or Definitive, something like that. And I'll put it in the description. That one was a really good mascara. Again, I don't know that I would spend the price tag for it, which is, you know, anywhere from $18 to $20, but it was good and I can't take that away from it. I just wanted to try this one because it was a different one that I haven't tried or talked about before. Okay, so I do like it better with more of the product wiped off, because then if you want to put another layer on, or if you want to, you can always put more, but taking it off when you have too much is always difficult. So I don't know. I'll try it a couple more times. As of right now, first impression, meh, it's okay. Okay, again, the only thing I didn't have was a brow product from Bare Minerals. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows with this Instant Lift Brow Pencil from e.l.f., which is how I've been doing my brows. I love this product because it's got the brush on it. It's like your all-in-one tool. Has the brush connected to it. The only thing I don't like about it is that the tip is it's too fat. I wish it was a little bit smaller, thinner. Okay, almost done. Let's go ahead and have some blush. This is the blush in the shade Beauty. It is like a blue-based pink. Well, more blue-based than warm-based, but it's a neutral type blush. Just a little bit more on the blue side pink than the warm side. Sometimes I feel like if you say blue-based, people will think it might look, or it might be kind of like Barbie doll color. But it's really not. It's very wearable, neutral, but on the bluer side of the pink. I don't know what's going on this side of my face. I feel like the blue base is not really coming through and it's looking a little warm on my skin. Okay, almost done. Last thing we have for today. Well, actually, no, let's go ahead and talk about this. This is the all over face color in the shade Pure Radiance. It's a little bit on the golden side of a all over face color. And sometimes with a product like this, what I'll do is I'm going to use it today as a highlight. So I'm just going to kind of load my brush up and just put it right there. But sometimes what I'll do is if I'm having a no makeup day, like I was talking about earlier, is I will, where you go? I will do my concealer and then just use the all over face color all over my face. And it just gives you this natural looking, really beautiful glow, and it's not too much. Like you can see right there, it's just, you can use it as a highlight, but it's not gonna be like one of those gleaming, frosty, bursting out highlights. It's just a very natural glow. All right, so last thing we've got right now, and again, I was touching my sinuses, so this is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro lipstick. My sister just gave this to me. It doesn't have a shade on it, I'm sorry, but it's kind of like a very neutral pink, but very matte. It looks a bit more pink in the camera. It's looking a bit more subdued in real life. And to top that off, I'm going to take this, which, whoa, almost lost my camera. Do you think I'm gonna throw this footage out? No, we're still gonna use it because I'm not gonna waste my time, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. This is the end. All right, this is the Marvelous Moxie from Bare Minerals lip glosses that I love. I talk about them all the time. And I use them all the time. This is the lip gloss I use if my lips are dry. I don't use chapsticks. I use these lip glosses all the time, even if I'm not wearing makeup, because they treat my lips so good. Don't make them more chapped, but they moisturize and they're lovely. Okay, so I will probably do a follow-up video in just a minute. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.